Joining us now, American Majority CEO Ned Ryun and Breitbart economics and finance editor John Carney. John, you're as big of a nerd as I am, and I know that you've gone through all these numbers. I personally love the major tax hike on elitist universities, up to 21% for those big fat endowments that the left is crying hard times about. What do you love about this bill?
So my favorite thing is probably the pro-child tax credits and the Trump accounts. I think it's really become very expensive under Joe Biden. It became very expensive to raise a family in America, and we need to make it cheaper for young people to get married, to have children, to buy homes. This is a very, very important step in the right direction. And look, it will help also that we're not going to tax, that we're giving seniors a break, because a lot of families turn to grandparents when it comes to looking for, help in paying day-to-day bills. This will help that as well. I love these tax breaks that aren't necessarily, that the Democrats say that it's a reverse Robin Hood. I don't even understand what she meant by that. This is actually giving to American families that really need the help after the burden that Joe Biden's presidency put on them.
You know, Ned, the best anti-poverty program is a job. And this is expected to create 300,000 or more jobs and raise wages. What'll that do for the consumer economy?
Well, I would even make a bigger point, David, that I think it's going to eventually lead to, over the course of 4, 5, 6 years, I think it's going to be equivalent to about 4 million full-time jobs that this could add to the economy. This is a pretty staggering addition to our economy. I love the thing all around. I mean, Trump was elected on fixing our illegal immigration problem, and finally we have a legitimate border security approach in which it's $175 billion. No less than 1 million deportations a year will be funded. We're going to build 701 miles of the southern border wall. And on top of that, obviously, illegal immigration as a whole is a tax on the American people. We're going to be removing 1.4 million illegal aliens from Medicaid. I mean, this to me is, again, he's fulfilling his promises that he ran on. Republicans stepped up to the plate in the House. And it's my sincere hope, David, they're going to step up to the plate in the Senate.
This is an incredible win for President Trump, incredible win for Speaker Mike Johnson. And John Carney, I'm just going to make a prediction that this goes through the Senate much more smoothly than people are expecting. Just listening to what a lot of the senators are saying, that they're really going to try to keep their mitts off of it.
I think that's right. They know that it was hard to get it through the House. They don't want to complicate it further. They definitely don't want to run the risk of being the U.S. Republican Senate that resulted in the bill failing and one of the largest tax hikes in American history.
Yep.
That would be a disaster for the Republican senators. I don't think they want to risk that. So I think this gets passed pretty quickly.
Yeah, Ned, I want the Senate to get this through. I believe they can do it. But we even have a couple of senators already talking about splitting up the big, beautiful bill. And go back to John's point and take it further. If they do this, they get punished.
They do. I would hope that self-preservation kicks in. You've got a certain amount of them that are going to be up for re-election next year in 26. Obviously, some are going to have some primaries that I think they're vulnerable in if they do the wrong thing. So I hope for the sake of self-preservation, they realize, this is a good thing. It's not perfect. There's nothing that's perfect in politics, but this is a significant step forward in implementing Trump's agenda that he won on. And oh, by the way, helped Republicans keep the Senate majority and the House. So for the sake of self-preservation, I sincerely hope they pass it quickly and move on to other business.
Ned Ryun, John Carney, you're rock stars. Thank you, guys.